again, welcome everyone to our Saturday morning breakfast call on the 18th of March, 2017. My name is Joel Broughton. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Kristen. And hey, I'm excited that you are here today. We've got a great call for you, some good things to talk about. I do want to recognize all the members that are getting checks, all the members that are getting matching postcards. So these are all people that in just the last week, we do this weekly, of course, in just the last week have earned a check and or matching postcards, free matching postcards to be able to build their business with. And so congratulations to Stan and David. Congratulations to Greg, Jim, Herschel, Charles. Congratulations to Ja and Sam, Leonard, Jack, Brad, Leah. Congratulations, Robert, Jay, May, Segundo, Marianne, Jerry, Willie, Herb, Pandora, Clinton, Bendel. Congratulations to John and Roy, Veronica, Sandra, Richard, Douglas, Colleen, Brian. Congratulations to Pam, Howard, Moses, Phyllis, Alonzo, Georgetta. Congratulations, Greg and Steve, Jeanette, Gail, Ray, Lance. Congratulations to Mike and Walter, Sharon, Raymond, Ismail, and Kenneth. And hey, congratulations to everybody that's, doing the right activities to move your business forward. If you're putting free members into the system, if you're mailing out your postcards, you are definitely on the right track to getting on our weekly congratulatory section, I guess. Getting a check, getting matching postcards, and continuing to build a very, very successful business. I just wanted to give you a couple of updates, just to kind of get off on the, just kind of update you on a few things. So all of the postcards going out from now on, with the exception of the blank postcards, I still have some blank postcards with the red, white, and blue, but all of the postcards that you normally order either through AutoShip or the new members are getting and in the packages and everything are going to be the new design. Okay, so just so that you know, if you have questions, they are all going to be the new ones. Okay, we are completely out of the last batch. All right, which, hey, is a good thing, right? If we're continuously going through hundreds of thousands of postcards as a company and as a team, then that definitely is growing a lot of people's businesses really, really well. Just to let you know, our postcard shipment, unfortunately, had a slight delay. They actually put a notation because we had a big snowstorm here last week, so that kind of messed everybody up here in our neck of the woods in Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, and for some reason, our shipper decided just to delay a couple of days. I guess they weren't sure what was going to happen with the storm, if it was going to stay, if there was going to be a lot of snow, if it was going to continue, whatever. So the trucking company and stuff like that brings it basically is just a day or two behind. So I'm hoping Monday, maybe Tuesday, we should have them all in. So if you are waiting on a postcard order, I do apologize, but they will be shipped out the day that they are in my hands, okay? And it will be, like I said, just a couple of days before we get them out. And, of course, we send them all priority, so you'll have them in your hands. You should have your postcard orders if you've ordered them recently or if you've ordered a package. You will have them this week, okay, this coming week, which isn't too bad. A couple of days of waiting is okay for the brand new postcards with, of course, brand new leads on them, okay? So today, let's just get right into the training. I want to talk to you a little bit about building a legacy today. And I think sometimes as we build our businesses, we kind of lose focus of what the original idea was when we came in. Most of us. I mean, some of us come into a business like this just hoping to earn a few dollars or trying to make a ton of money immediately. But as we learn more and more, we kind of sit back and realize that, hey, the importance of building a company isn't necessarily let's hurry up and do it. At least not for me. For me, it's kind of changed a little bit over the years to, I want to build something that's not going to go away. I want to build something that's going to last. I don't want to build something and spend my time and energy today building a team and spending money advertising and doing all that, all the work, just to have the company fold or just to have something happen where, people really aren't purchasing the product or something like that. So I want to spend a little bit of time today, and this is basically your income stream number 4, your network marketing company. I'm going to start by just talking about choosing a company. And we've talked a little bit over the, a couple of times on different Saturday morning breakfast calls, and we'll have different topics and stuff like that. But I feel like this is one that a lot of people don't necessarily get wrong. I don't want to say you're wrong because, it's your choice at the end of the day. You have the opportunity to choose any company you want. I'm not going to judge the companies you want, but I want to make sure that you're making a good choice based on your goals and your dreams and your hopes and aspirations, okay, for that company and for your income and for yourself and for your family, all right? So in choosing a company, this is what I look at, all right, to build a business and to build a legacy and to build a company, okay? I've got a little helper here. You might be able to hear him in the background. He's, anyway, let's keep going. So choosing a company, I always look for a company, I want to have a company that has a product with mass appeal. And the reason why I say mass appeal is that I want to be able to sell a real product to real customers, okay? It can't just be kind of like a product that only some people will use, or some people with a certain condition, or some people with a certain ailment, or some people with a certain problem, or something like that. Okay, so I want to kind of have a product that really millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people would be interested in, hundreds of millions of people. Okay, I'm not saying I'm going to sell to 100 million people or 200 million people or, a billion people. That's not the point. The point is the prospect base needs to be big enough so that when I do get a lot of no's, right, from my prospects, which inevitably we're going to get no's, right? We're going to get a few yeses and a bunch of no's, all right? That tends to be how sales and how network marketing works. So I have to have a prospect base big enough. It has to be big enough so that I can get a lot of no's and still have a lot of success, right? Still get a lot of yeses, right? And still continue to be able to prospect. Now, here's one of the mistakes that a lot of people make, okay? And I want you to just be conscious of this. You don't have to take my advice, but I do want you to be conscious of this, all right? The home-based business industry, so our industry, people looking to make money from home and looking to make an extra income and looking for part-time income, the people actively searching is relatively small, okay? It's actually relatively small. So if all you are going to do is just sell information on how to make money from home or a business opportunity where there's not really a real product, it's more like either an information product or it's more like a course or, almost like our income stream number 3 in Postcard Networker, if that's all you're going to sell, you're going to have a tough time building a really big income. Okay, you're going to have a tough time. I'm not saying you can't do it. There are people that do it regularly in our industry. There are people that will just sell just Postcard Networker and make a good go of it and can make a really good income just from selling and offering Postcard Networker, okay, the postcards and the leads and the systems and stuff like that, all right? But in my opinion, okay, you need to have a product that reaches beyond just the home-based business industry, all right? because to be honest, it's really not as big as everybody makes it out to be. All right, it's big. I mean, trust me, we're never gonna for the group that we have and for the organization as we build our company and build our team, we're not going to run out of leads. Okay, that's not my point. My point is though is that if you can't penetrate into the mass market or you can't penetrate into the average person, the average everyday person with your product or service, you're going to have a tough time building a substantial consumer base or a substantial income. Okay? The good thing about the home-based business industry and the market and doing something like Postcard Networker to build your business is that's where you're going to get all the leverage, right? That's where you're going to be able to collect the exact target market of people that are interested in also working a home-based business. So don't get me wrong. The target market that we're in is perfect, all right? The home-based business industry, we're going to get so many people to come into our business and work with us, okay, you and me and everybody, because we all want to make money from home, right? We want a part-time or a full-time income. We want a supplement our income. We're excited about that. So it's easy to get leverage from that part of our industry, all right? But when you want to take all that leverage and really capitalize on it, what I'm saying is you really need to be offering a product through your network marketing company that has mass appeal, where those hundreds and thousands of people that you get from the home-based business industry can go out, and I'm not saying they're going to, I'm just saying they have the possibility to go share that with other consumers, with regular, everyday folks, all right? Does that make sense? So we are going to, of course, build our business within the confines primarily of this industry for Postcard Networker. But then what we want to do is we want to take our product, our network marketing product, and continue building it in the home-based business industry, but also have the opportunity to be able to expand out into the real, what I want to say, real marketplace. I guess, we're in a real marketplace too, but you know what I'm saying? Like a bigger place, hundreds of millions of people. Instead of tens of millions, it's hundreds of millions, okay, and billions of people. All right, so think about that. The other thing in choosing a company is the product needs to be consumable. All right, you can't have a one-off product. It's not going to work long term. All right, it just is not going to work long term. If you have a product that people can't consume on a regular basis, and I'm not saying that you can't give them a service or something like that. You can also give them a service that they can consume, but it's got to be a regular thing that they're using up and need more of. Okay, they use it up and need more of. So something they're eating, something that a consumable product that they're going to eat, a food or a supplement. Skin care is a consumable product, right? Because they continue needing to put more and more moisturizer on, or more and more, whatever, some type of skin care. Cosmetics, all right. Household cleaners, all right. There's a reason why some of the biggest companies in our industry have highly consumable products that have mass appeal, all right. It's because they need to check these boxes. Right? They need to be able to check the boxes of, does everybody potentially use my product? Yes. Can everybody use it? Yes. Is it consumable? Yes. All right. Good. All right. Let's keep going. So it has to be able to be consumed. If you have a product that you're trying to build a business with, and for instance, it is one product that people buy one time, no matter how big a sale it is, you will not create a long-term business with it. Okay. If it's a one-time sale that people only buy one time and they never reorder, they never repurchase, or they don't run out and need more, you will have a very difficult time building a long-term successful business with it. Okay. I'm not saying you can't make money short-term and fast. If it's a high-ticket product, you can, absolutely. It just won't last. All right, because people need to be able to continue sending money to the company so that you can continually get your commissions, all right? So think about some of the industries out there that maybe we can't necessarily participate in, but are wonderful companies, right, for this type of activity. Think about cell phone service. Think about cable service, right? Those are great things that people basically can't live without. Everybody uses it, all right? Most of the companies that I've seen that try to compete with some of those giant corporations in our industry really don't make it and really aren't that big and aren't competitive. But car insurance, we all need our car insurance, house insurance, right? And then you get into like shampoos and food products and vitamins and household cleaners and skincare and cosmetics and things that everybody uses on a regular basis. I mean, you can make a list of all of these different products, okay? And the question you really just have to ask yourself is, can you get real customers? Can you actually get a real customer with your product? So, and that to me is actually a question that is very important in our industry, because let's just be honest, there's a lot of crappy products in our industry. There's a lot of products that people put out there and they hype up, but they either don't work or they don't taste good, or they're kind of like products that, the big question is, it's like, can that product actually be mass marketed by a big corporation and make it? If we put that on the store shelves, would customers buy it and reorder and rebuy it and rebuy it and rebuy it from a regular store? All right, from a regular retailer, from a grocery store, or from a wholesale, like one of those wholesale clubs or something like that. Can we put that product on the shelf there, and will it make it at the price point that it's at, right? We can't inflate the price points of our products in this industry just because we need to inflate them just to pay out compensation to distributors, to people that are out there selling the product. Okay, that's not going to work. All right. How do we get real customers for real products if the price is too high? It's not going to work, right? It'll work for a short term, but you won't penetrate the mass market. Remember when I talked at the beginning, if you can get into the home-based business industry with any product at any price, because people get so excited about making money, right? But you won't be able to get into the mass market. You won't be able to get into real customers if your product is priced too high, or if people don't like the taste, or if it doesn't work the way it's supposed to work. All right? You can easily build a huge business just based on your comp plan, based on the compensation, no problem. But can you actually get a real customer to purchase, not just once, not just twice, but regularly? Will real customers actually see the value in your product and continue buying it month in and month out, regardless of a comp plan, regardless of the make money? And we can argue this till we're blue in the face. You could try and have this argument with me, well, but Joel, the comp plan is so important, and that's what draws people. No, you're missing the point. Yes, it will draw people in the home-based business industry. It won't draw anybody else, right? Nobody else cares about the comp plan. They want to have a good, solid product. Now, you might be able to convert them into business builders once they love the product and once they try it and see the value in it, right? You might be able to convert them into a distributor or somebody who's going to also share your product or service. But you need to be able to get a real customer that loves your product and is going to reorder whether there's a comp plan or not. Okay? That one to me is non-negotiable. If you can't get a real customer, how are you going to build a successful long-term business? Right? If the only reason why people are coming to you is because of some awesome comp plan because not everybody's going to make money very fast. Some people aren't going to make money at all. But if they love the product, they'll continue spending their consumer dollars on the product because they love it. Okay? And obviously, some people will make a lot of money with it, some people won't. So if you have a real product that you can get a real consumer, they're going to continue to purchase the product whether they make money or not. And the fourth thing about choosing a company that I think is so important, this one, I mean, all of these you need to have all of these, really. I believe personally that you need to use the product, okay? Here's why. as you build your business, if you're just doing it just for the money, okay, you may as well go sell high-end real estate and make, $500,000 or $50,000 a crack for selling apartments in downtown New York, right, or condos or real estate or something like that, right? If it's just about the money, all right. If it's just about the money, go sell a high-ticket, high-end thing yourself, right? Because you're not going to be able to convince anybody. You're not going to be able to come across passionate. You're not going to be able. The emotion is not going to be there, right? You don't necessarily need emotion to do some of the sales that are out there. But if you're selling a product, if you're promoting a product, there is going to have to be some kind of emotion behind it. You are going to have to be a consumer of that product. I'm not saying you absolutely can't if you don't like the product or if you don't use it. It's possible. I'm just saying if you want to build a legacy for yourself, if you want to build a long-term income, you are going to do 100 times better if you love the product, if you use the product yourself, okay? Again, these are my recommendations and how I feel, but I feel like if you're not loving the product or using the product, the company is kind of, it's like a stool with 2 legs, right? 4 legs is better, 3 legs is okay, 2 legs, it's not going to work, right? You really can't sit on a stool with 2 legs. You fall over every single time, all right? Or with 1 leg, all right? So, and just case in point, I've been in companies throughout my career where I really wasn't crazy about the product. And I'll tell you, we made money. I still generated an income. I still did okay, but nowhere near the kind of income when I did use the product and I did love the products that I was promoting. Okay, nowhere near, like 10 times, 50 times, okay, the size of organization, the size of business. All right, so I believe that you need to have a product with mass appeal. It needs to be consumable so people use it up and need to order more. You have to be able to get real customers, an actual real customer that sees value in your product, that wants it, and will reorder just for the product, and the price is okay too. And I believe you need to be using the product yourself, okay, and loving it. And if you don't use and love the product, it's going to be tough to offer it to anybody else. Does that make sense? So once you've chosen a company, once you've got that down and you find a product that kind of fits all those criteria and that's right for you, again, it's got to be right for you, right? Then it gets to promoting your company, okay? And I personally believe that you need to be able to do 2 things to build a successful network marketing organization and customer base. Number 1, you need to be able to share your product or service, okay? And that kind of goes along with the first section when I was talking about selecting your company. If you don't feel comfortable, so it's a completely different thing if you're shy, okay? If you're shy and introverted and you're nervous, and that'll just take some time to get over, okay? That's completely different. But if you feel like embarrassed to share your product or service, or if you feel bad about it, or if you feel like it's overpriced or people just won't buy it, you're probably in the wrong company for you, okay? If you feel that. If you're just shy and you're just nervous to talk to people, you'll come out of your, I promise you. And a little bit of practice, training call right now. Nobody else is talking back to me, yet I could just kind of go on and on and on. And you would have years ago, I probably would have been a little bit nervous and scared. So we can work on that. Something that we can fix. But if you're actually embarrassed and you won't share this because of what people about it, or that that it's overpriced and you wouldn't um, you probably or customers as you promote your company. Okay, you can't just you can. Okay, let me rephrase that. You can take for the opportunity, of course. That can work too, and I've done that successfully for years. However, it's a better let's just put it this way. It's a better strategy to collect both opportunity seekers and just product users. Okay, so my recommendation is as you build your company, as you build and the great thing about consumers and people who are just going to use your product is it validates your choice of company. It validates your choice of product. If you can't get anybody to buy your product or to try your product or to like your product, it's probably a good indication for you that, hey, if I can't get just one customer into my business that just likes the product, this is going to be a tough go for years and years for me to try to only sell it to a small piece of the marketplace. Okay? Does that make sense? So as you build your business, you want to be able to share the product. The other thing is you want to be able to share the opportunity. And this is where I've really developed a lot of my skill in lead generation, in direct mail, in online marketing, is really sharing the opportunity with people that are interested in the opportunity. That's the way Postcard Networker was born, and that's what Postcard Networker is for. Okay, Postcard Networker is specifically available to you and for you to be able to share the opportunity, okay, with other people that are also interested. And that's important because of the leverage, right? Because, you can sell product all day long, but without any leverage, either automated leverage through the internet or without people leverage through other opportunity seekers and business builders building the business with you, you're going to have a tough go selling one product to one person at one time. All right? Sure, you can collect a lot of customers that way and build your business, but it'll go slow. So you want to be able to expand out through other people by sharing the opportunity and allowing them to do the same. Okay? And if you've got an army of 1,000 people all sharing with one customer per day, you could generate 1,000 customers a day, 1,000 new customers into your business a day. Think about that. And even if they only shared with one new customer once a month, you could get 1,000 new customers in your business every single month. By the end of the year, you could have 12,000 new customers. And maybe half of them quit, you'd still have 6,000 new customers, all right, purchasing your product or service. Does that make sense? So as you promote your company, you will want to make sure that you share both the product or service and share the opportunity. So let's go on to the next thing, okay, building your company. And this is the last thing. We're going to keep it fairly short. I was a little late today, but also, I think it's important to get the message, and then once we're done the message, hey, we can stop talking about it. So building your company, here's the number one rule. Don't quit, okay? Now, keep in mind, I honestly don't mind if you quit if it's a brutal product, all right? Or if you realize that, wow, this product doesn't have mass appeal, I really can't sell it, it's overpriced, it doesn't taste good, it doesn't work, the service provided never works, the whatever, right? So I have no problem if you quit a company to go look for a company that meets your criteria, that you love, that you use the product, etc. But once you've located a company that you absolutely love, that you use the products, that the products are priced well for consumers, that other consumers will purchase, that product that has mass appeal, etc. Once you've located that company for yourself, my number one rule is just don't quit. Okay? Once you've found that company that meets all of our criteria, don't quit. Okay? And the reason why you don't want to quit is because Network marketing sometimes takes time to build, all right? When I first got started, a lot of you guys probably know my timelines by now because I repeat them regularly just to remind you that I didn't start at the top either. I wasn't a superstar my first week. It took me about 5 years part-time, okay, before I finally learned enough and built enough to be able to go full-time in this industry. Okay? But you don't want to quit. If you build a company successfully, and this is what people used to say years ago, all right, years ago. When I first got started and before I got started, they used to say build a company successfully, to build an income successfully and go full-time, continue building and sharing your products and services and your opportunity for 2 to 5 years. 2 to 5 years. Nowadays, all the postcards out there and all the websites out there and all the stuff out there says, quit your job overnight, make $1 million in 24 hours or less, right? The timelines have kind of been skewed because everybody keeps upping each other's offers, right? Trying to make theirs look easier, simpler, better, faster, more money, right? The reality is the timeline is actually based on you, not based on the opportunity. Let me say that again. The reality is the timeline of how long it takes you to go full-time is actually based on you, not based on the opportunity. The opportunity will provide you with products and services, will provide you with tools, will provide you with training, will provide you with everything you need. Postcard Networker will provide you with everything you need, okay, to be able to build a successful business. But you still have to bring the most important part, which is you. Okay? You need to learn, you need to develop skills, you need to do the activity, you need to send your postcards, you need to be consistent, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? So my number one rule is just don't quit once you've found your home. Okay? Once you've found a company that you can get behind that meets all the criteria we talked about earlier. The second thing is you need to be consistent. Okay, there is nothing that will kill a business faster in our industry than sporadic behavior, than people who spend all kinds of time this weekend and then don't show up next weekend. And then a month later, okay, I'm ready to go again, right? You can't lose interest in your business. If you're not excited about your business every single day, you might be in the wrong business, all right? You need to be consistently thinking about your business. You need to make this part of your lifestyle. You need to be on the calls for your company. You need to be on the training calls. You need to go to the events if they have events. You need to go to the conventions if they have conventions. You need to show up. You need to watch the videos. You need to take the training. You need to plug into the leaders. You need to expand out and check out their Facebook, check out their Twitter, check out their social media, check out their YouTube channel. You need to go ahead and do all that stuff, okay? Oh, but Joel, it's going to take so much time, and I'm busy. Well, you've got to reassess your priorities then, okay? You've got to reassess what's important to you. Is going full-time in a network marketing company and working from home and setting your own schedule and having unlimited income potential while you do that worth it or not? All right, where is that on your list of priorities? Because if that's high on your priorities, then you will take the time to build a successful business. You'll take the time to be consistent. You'll take the time to show up for the meetings. I see a lot of the same names on our list every single week in terms of building a successful Postcard Networker business. I also see a lot of regular attendees of our Saturday morning breakfast call. I also see a lot of regular people purchasing their auto ships, okay, making sure the auto ships go through, all right, making that commitment with Postcard Networker. That's consistency, okay? You need to plug in and stay plugged in and continue to build and continue to prospect and continue to bring people to the table, all right? So important. The third thing is that the advertising budget, you need to have an advertising budget. You cannot, okay. You can build a successful business without advertising, absolutely, in network marketing, but you got to do all the work yourself then, okay? There's nothing wrong with doing all your own prospecting, handing out business cards, handing out flyers, traveling around, meeting people, doing all that. That's fine. You can build a successful business that way. I just recommend that you use leverage so that you can be advertising even when you personally are not working. That's why we send postcards. That's why we run online ads. That's why we do YouTube videos. That's why we do all this stuff. I believe you should set aside an advertising budget every single month or every single week and stick to it. Okay? Don't ever take out of your advertising budget. I did an entire video. You can go find it on YouTube. Look for our Postcard Networker YouTube video on, I forget what it's called. It's something like building your own advertising budget or building your business through budgeting, going full-time through budgeting, something like that. You'll be able to find it. If you go, just search for Postcard Networker and budget probably. You should be able to find either our video, or you'll find one of the Postcard Networker people that are in the OMA programs video, and just watch that. So it's the same video. Watch it. I talk specifically about setting an advertising budget, sticking to it, and building a successful business through budgeting. Okay. So you need to have an advertising budget, in my opinion, to gain the leverage. The fourth thing is you need to be patient enough to gain the leverage over time. Okay, when you sponsor or bring in or recruit or whatever you want to call it a new member into your business, oftentimes they're not necessarily going to build a huge business overnight because they're brand new, right? No matter how bad you want them to get really excited, it might take them a little time to develop. You might have to replace them with another person too, right? If they decide to quit, you might have to find another one. All right. Over time, you will start to gain more and more leverage. That's the frustrating part about network marketing, to be honest, is that sometimes people quit and sometimes people don't work as hard as you do to build their businesses. But we're all different. You just have to realize that your goal isn't necessarily to find 5 people. Your goal is to find 5 people that are as excited about the business as you are. Okay? Your goal is to find 20 people as excited about the business as you are. You might have to go through 200 people to find those 5 or 20 people or 30 people or 40 people that are really, really excited. Over time, though, you will gain that leverage if you stick with it. If you stick with it, you will find people like myself and Kristen. Okay? You will find people like yourself, like you, that no matter what, they're going to follow number 1 rule, which is don't quit. Okay, and be consistent and set aside an advertising budget. All right, so you will find those people. And the last thing is just focus on the long term. Okay, there's nothing worse than expecting overnight results in our industry. All right, you will get some sales, you will get some results fairly quickly at times. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes you will. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes you will. All right, but you need to focus on the long term, the long game. Right, the long-term goal. Don't focus on winning, okay, and let me just give you a sports analogy. Don't focus on winning the game tonight. Focus on winning the championship, okay? You have to build your team over time, sometimes over multiple years, to win a championship, right? You have to train your team. You have to work with your team. You have to have successes and failures with your team. But you never quit on your team. Okay? You always show up for all your games. You always show up for all your practices. All right? You invest in your team. Same thing. People don't sports teams don't win championships normally when they're like an expansion team, right? When they're a brand new team. So if a new team formulates in the league that you follow, normally that team is like the worst team in the league, right, for a long time, until they can spend the time to build up their team and get the right coaches, right, and get the right management and build up the right players and then practice together and work together and then eventually they can win together. And that's the same in network marketing. You need to build up the right team, practice together, and eventually win together. So focus on the long term as you build your network marketing organization. You can have success. You can win the championship. You can get there too. It's just a matter of time and effort. All right. That's it for today. Hey, thanks so much for coming, guys. I hope that you've taken something out of today's today's call so that you can apply it to your business and start thinking about it to be able to build a successful long-term business from home. And again, my goal as always is just to help you get to that full-time income from home. We will get there. Okay, we absolutely will get there, and I'll continue providing the training, the thoughts, the ideas, the tools, the services, the leads, the postcards, everything you need to get there. You just continue to plug in, and we'll get you there sooner rather than later. All right, have a great weekend, everybody. Wish you all the best. Bye for now.